Hey everyone, Carolina Venom here. Today I'm taking a look at the Huawei Tribute on AT&T. This is on their Go Phone service. This is a fairly new device and there's not a whole lot out there about this phone right yet, but I did find a few specs and everything, and I run some tests on it, and I'm going to give you my first initial thoughts. This phone is not activated at the moment. But I have been messing with it a little bit and run some tests, so I'm going to give you the specs, just kind of tell you about the phone a little bit, and we'll go from there. So we'll go ahead and start. This phone runs Android 4.4.3. It's got a 4.5 inch display with 854 by 480 resolution and 240 ppi. It's got a 5 megapixel camera on the rear with LED flash and records 720p HD video. And it does have a 2 megapixel front facing camera. It's running a 1.2 gigahertz quad core Snapdragon 400 processor with 1 gigabyte of RAM with 4 gigs of built-in storage with only 1.6 gigabytes of user storage, and it will support up to a 32 gigabyte micro SD card. It's got a 2000 milliamp hour battery with around 8 hours talk time and estimated 10 days of standby time. This is a LTE device, so of course that's really nice that you can use, or that you were able to take advantage of Sprint's fast LTE speeds, which is really nice as well. And now AT&T Go phones, they do have unlimited data, which is really nice. You do get, like, I think the $45 a month plan, you get 1 gigabyte of high-speed data. And then you're throttled to like 120 kilobytes, which is very slow. And for $60 a month, you get 2.5 gigs. After that, you're throttled as well. So it is unlimited, and the price is decent. It's just depending on how much data you want for high speed. But I thought I would just kind of throw that out there a little bit. Any questions about that, you can ask me, and I'll try my best to explain it. So anyway, up here is your camera. Ear speaker here. Here's your back, your home, and your recents button. Down here is your micro USB charging port, microphone. Got nothing on this side here. On the back is your camera and your flash, your single rear speaker. Over here is your power button and your volume rocker. On top is your other microphone hole up top and your headset jack. The back is hard to get off with one hand, so I will just tell you the battery is removable, and the micro SD card slot and the micro SIM card slot is under the battery door. The battery has to come out to remove the micro SIM card. Go ahead and wake the phone up here. The screen looks pretty decent. It's not HD by any means, but it does look pretty good, and the phone is pretty snappy. The screen does look good, like I said. It's pretty vibrant. You know, it does look a little bit dull, but it's clear and it's clean, and it's not very fuzzy, nothing like that, so it does look pretty good. The phone is pretty smooth, even though I don't have many apps on it downloaded, just a few, but it does have a lot of pre-installed apps which can be disabled. You know, a lot of them can be disabled, which is a good thing. So right now we'll go ahead and get right into the test that I ran on this phone. And on the Antutu benchmark, came in at 17,892. That was the best score that I could get. So I only ran one test, but that's pretty good speed for this kind of phone. CPU was good. RAM was excellent. 2D and 3D graphics was good as well. And it did come in pretty good on test. You know, not bad at all. We'll look at the Quadrant standard test here. We'll go ahead and run a test. I ran one a minute ago, and it goes from 88 to 85 to 87 to 8800. It's just kind of can't make up its mind. But, you know, it's pretty on par with, you know, phones in this price range with the processor that it does have in this phone. You know, a lot of phones that are kind of low to mid-range have that 1.2 gigahertz, you know, quad-core Snapdragon 400 processor. You know, several phones, a couple of my phones, Boost Mobile has that same processor in the phone, and they all test around the same speeds as this Huawei Tribute does here on AT&T. So it's really a nice phone. The phone costs around $100 and everything, so it's really not a bad price for the phone and everything. So the score came in at 8,735, which is a pretty respectable speed for this device. CPU down here came in at 33,862, which is really not bad. It's just a really good phone. I like it. It's a little slick, you know, it's very plasticky. It's just, you know, it's your basic made phone. I mean, you know, it's nothing fantastic. It's not nothing mind-blowing, but it is nice for the price, and, you know, I like it. Call quality, even though it's not activated, I have called 611 customer service, and while a lot of GSM network, or a lot of GSM phones I've used in the past, like the Nokia Lumia 520 and several other, like the ZTE Radiant, stuff like that, has always had kind of a hiss or a background noise or a fade out here and there. Well, this phone here, calling out customer service, is very clear. It's very strong, and it really kind of competes with a lot of Verizon and Sprint calls that I've had that are very, very clear. So this phone does have very strong, powerful earpiece, and you have no trouble hearing the other person. But like I say, I'm not sure how I sound to others, but on my end, it's very powerful, very clear. So yeah, really cool. Go to the settings here. The phones have your basic settings, like a lot of phones have, you know, storage, setting, battery, 4 gigabytes total, like I said, 1.62 total space with 1.26 available, with only, you know, 4 apps downloaded, which is really bad. And I'm hoping that I can move apps to the SD card, but I ain't tried it yet, so I'm not sure. So far, the phone is pretty snappy, and it does seem to be pretty lag free, but it'll tell the tale whenever I decide to load it down with apps and see how it does then under a lot of stress and stuff like that. So like I said, this is not a review. This is just kind of showing you this new phone and giving you what I think about it for first impressions, and first impressions are good. I do like this phone, and it's just a shame I can't use it on Boost Mobile, because this is an AT&T phone and everything. But, you know, all in all, this is a nice phone. Go to the call settings here. Here is your keyboard. You can get rid of the keyboard by pushing this button here, and then you just have your recent calls, or push it again and there it comes back. This button over here goes to your settings, call settings, harassment filter, speed dial settings, view by and delete call log, and that's really nice as well. Contacts, favorites, and your voicemail icon down here. Go to text messaging for a second, and it has your standard keyboard. It does have swipe, I think. Yeah, it has swipe. But this here is your standard keyboard. You know, very easy to text on, type on, no problems at all. The only problem I have with it is the window for the text is small, and when you're typing on it, it just, you know, it looks very small in there and everything. As far as emojis go, it does have quite a few, as you see here. No shortage of emojis. You got different settings here as well, you know. There's a lot of them. So if you like using emojis a lot, this phone has quite a bit of them. And that's about all I wanted to say right now with this phone. Like I said, cameras 5 megapixel, records 720. Front facing cameras 2 megapixel, also records in 720. I'm going to be taking some pictures and videos with it to see what kind of camera quality it does have, and I'm going to insert an SD card to see if I can move apps to the SD card to create more space, and I'm going to load it up, and I'm going to see how it runs when it's loaded down. So anyway, if you've got any questions or comments about this device, please feel free to ask me. Yeah, the Huawei Tribute on AT&T. So far, it's a nice phone, but only time will tell. Be sure to like this video. I'd appreciate that. Also, subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate that as well. Y'all have a good one, and we'll talk to y'all later.